Hey, YouTube. Okay, one person. Go ahead. Y'all coming on here quick. All right, go ahead and hit the thumbs up as you enter the room and say hi in the chat so I can see who's on here. All right, I'm not going to be long, so let me start. Y'all just come on in or catch the replay. So basically, this has been a very boring, dragged on week. So, so in regards to Amazon, I did take BTO a few days, a couple of days. Well, I only worked 3 days. Came to work, they offered it, I took it, and then yesterday or last night rather, I did work the majority of the days, the evening. So when I took BT, the time went back. So basically, it's like you're working an extra hour. So when you're working during daylight savings time, you actually working longer versus leaving early. So in the spring, time goes forward. In the fall, it goes back. So when I had took the VTO at 2 a.m. after we took our second break, it was really 1 o'clock. So it was like you had to work an extra hour, few hours. So anyway, but they said we was to go home at 5:30. So it's like you stayed longer, but who knows? So I end up I did take BTO last night, but I did stay longer than ever because that's when my feet started hurting me. Not because of standing up or nothing, but just the nerve pain. And, you know, that's been going on. And then as for generation, the classes, it's still going along, but now we're doing our group project. We do one group project as a final. It's due before the program ends, which is January, the middle of January. We're supposed to develop a website. So me and three other people, we say we're gonna do an e-commerce website. I'm not much for social media because we could have, kind of do a social media one, but I was like, no, nah, I don't want to do that one because I didn't see that seemed a little bit um, complicated. But anyway, so I gave my idea about doing a pet service, like a pet boutique type of thing. And I said, well, I had did a business plan several years ago with a pet boutique business. So, we came up with that idea. We said, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So I said, there's certain things supposed to do, but pretty much the group that I'm working with, one guy, he's kind of whatever y'all say, I don't care, whatever y'all decide to do. And then I got this other one. She's I don't even, she's always like she's strange white girl. I don't know. She seems like she's transitioning. I don't know. She's like is a guy or girl. I don't know. People, all these dumb pronouns people want to attach to their names and stuff. He, she. I was like, I understand the whole thing about gender rights and transgender and and all that kind of things. But to me, it getting a little bit too far about this carried away with the adding pronouns after your name. Yeah, there may be people who, you have to account for groups of people who may not, um, within the, it's not even within the LGB, it's the LGBTQWQIZ. And it's like that damn alphabet seems to be growing and growing, and people are just too sensitive with this um acknowledging people, like how do people want to be addressed, I'm like, this is too much, and so she's this person, she's like she never seen nothing serious, she's like, hello, and I'm back, and she just makes these random noises throughout the, when we in class, not that she interrupts people, it's just, I don't know. And then the other one, she's quiet, but at the same time, she's kind of, some people are just kind of sneaky. I just come to realize I don't like working in groups. I don't like working in groups. I don't like working in groups of teams of people because I don't like people just, I don't know. People just don't really, maybe it's not that I don't like working with teams. I just think I don't like working with certain groups of people because these people don't have personality to me. They so, you know, one guy, Jonathan, he's nice. And he says, well, whatever y'all decide to do, but I try to get things done and just um, express my ideas. Not to say that my ideas are right, but just express my views about certain things. But they seem to want to copycat about the example they gave us in class of how they want us to do it. So I just think a lot of sometimes people just don't have the critical thinking skills. Even when you're trying to come up with a name, it's a fictional name, And I said, well, if we do a business, well, I think we should, of course the items are going to be high quality. I said, the point is not about high quality. It's about, offering a one-stop shop for pet owners to come to a website and they buy items to cater to their pets. So I said, well, we could do clothing, you know, and then add on some other things, not just clothing and stuff, but I said, why don't you just add like accessories and food, when people go to buy things for their pets. Hey, Sharky Phelps, I said we could look at other items. Well, I thought we were doing clothes. I thought, I was like, you're missing the point, So I just said, I just want to get this project over with. I just want to get this class over with because I was really looking forward to doing it. Learning web development and things of that nature. But um, it's just way too many people in the class. Way too many people. Um, the people, the TAs and the instructor, they don't really teach. They show you, but they're not really um, instructing in a way because we're learning how to code on Codecademy. Now, anybody knows anything about Codecademy? Basically, Codecademy, you sign up for um, whatever it is that you want to learn, whether it be JavaScript or CSS, HTML, and you're following um, samples they give you and working little projects and here and there. So that's a good thing. But I think that when you work with people in a group setting, especially online, um, everyone has different experiences. They come from different backgrounds, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I just come to class. You know, it's free. For one thing, it's free, but it's a whole lot of time. Oh, you signed up and you never used them. Well, put it this way: you could sign up. They're using Codecademy platform to teach the lessons, but the way they're doing it is they try to incorporate other things like soft skills, writing, resume service, things of that nature. It is a nonprofit organization, so it's free. But they don't. They say they help you in terms of looking for a job and help you with your resume, but they're not affiliated with any company where they could have any kind of contracts. Now, the only thing I know they do have so far is they have Verizon as a company, but Verizon offers several different options and programs through their foundation to companies to get people to work like an internships and and externships and things like that. But I'm just kind of waiting for this class to be over with, really, to be honest. It's way too many people, 60 something people in the class. Most people don't even say anything. Then there's always one person that always got, every time you turn around, they asking dumb. It ain't about not asking questions. It's about they just ask questions like, okay, we're gonna have, like, say for instance, we're gonna have a team of 4 people. And we're gonna work on this final project. Now they just said that, right? Here you go. Here goes somebody. 10 seconds later, how many people gonna be in the group? How many people gonna be in the group? Didn't he just say 4? It's like they y'all pay attention. It's like they're not even. It's like, are they listening or what? I can understand if you came in late, or you could say, well, I missed it and I just came in. Um, how many people are going to be in the group? Then you could say, okay, I understand why they asked the question. But some people, they asked the question, they just said it. Um, I don't know. I'm just not really feeling most of the people in the class. They asked, the instructor, he told us, if you want anyone particular that you want to work with, let me know by 3 o'clock. Right. So, I went to one girl, her name is Erica. I said, Erica, do you want to team up? Blah, blah, blah. She says, sure. She said yes, right? And then she said, well, I got 2 other people who asked me to team up. I said, well, who are they? So she said the names or whatever. And then I said, okay, well, maybe you could ask them, hey, Dorian, that we could team up, right? And then she says, okay, okay. After she was talking about other people, about she didn't like working with this guy named Donald, the one I was telling you about. He's from Atlanta, black guy. He already took web development to Atlanta Technical College. So this is not new to him. He already done the program. He already done it, but he wanted to take it again because of a refresher. He even worked. He even had a job working for a company, working as a web developer. So he said, well, they let people go and this and that, whatever. So he had experience. So I was kind of like wondering why would he taking the class again? But he said it was a refresher. Now I understand that it might have been a few years ago, but as the class progressed, I know exactly the reason why he wasn't working there no more, because he was, he's like one of these small aleck, you know, not know it all, but on top of being ghetto, and he's always sitting back. You always see him sitting back in his chair, like, like he's bored. And then when the instructor goes over a certain concept or whatever, he's like, Robert, why you? Is there a reason why you got the, reason why you got a period in front of the sentence? Something's dumb. Rather than saying, "Oh, Robert, there's a difference if the instructor wrote a concept and it may be incorrect, and then you say, "Oh, put a space in between that, then try it again. That's why it's not working." He says it to be more like a smart aleck. Is there a reason why you've been, he's done that several times. It's like you're trying to belittle somebody Don't ask nobody, is there a reason why you got, just simply tell the person um what's incorrect or what's missing or whatever, but don't just come out there make it sound like, is there a reason why. And then his dumb ass got this big ass gold teeth in his mouth. He got like, "Grrr." And one time he was like, got these golds. I was like, boy, shut up, nigga, shut up, close your mouth. I'll be sitting here like disgusted. I was like, oh God. So, so I said, please don't put me on a team with him because I couldn't deal with him. Because one time I dealt with him, we was on a team working on something, small little thing. And um he was like, no, no, that's wrong. No, listen to what I'm saying. You ain't listening. I said, you know what? Never mind. I figured out myself. Don't tell me what if I'm doing something wrong or whatever. Don't be no, no, no. I said, I left the room. I left the room and did it. Figured out myself. I'm very smart. I'm very intelligent. I can figure it out. Trust me. So I was like, oh God. And I tell y'all, the first week, I already peeped it. I already peeped the people in the class. I said, oh Lord, it's gonna be a long, dragged out day. I'm trying to be positive. I really am, y'all. But out of 63 people, I always hear the same people all the time, either asking questions or saying something or whatever. It'd be me. And most of the time, I don't say nothing when we're doing the lessons per se. I tend to say more things when it came to the life learning portion when we have to go through about resume writing, jobs or interviews and stuff like that. When people from the other departments come in, alumni or whatever. I tend to they ask for participation and stuff, and I tend to say things that I need to say. They're like, "Oh, that's really good. That's a good idea." So but otherwise, then there's one guy. He Robert. Um, Robert. Every time you turn around, you wearing Robert's name out. Yes, Redon. Redon. Um, I don't know. There's a difference between having a happy spirit, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, being happy, joyful, positive, this and that. But some people, it's like an um, infantile mind, like a child's mind. Like, Robert, let me get candy. Robert, let me get. I was like, boy, if you don't shut up, it's like that aggravating, childlike kind of ways. I'm like, and then you got like this overshadow, you need to shave. I know I need to comb my hair and stuff, but he always be like, Robert got these big ass headset on. It's like a few of them got these big old headsets on, and they, I don't know, they just strange. Just people just strange. You know, just I understand we all learning, we all learning and stuff, but and you can forget about the other people from these other countries. I don't know what part of countries they from. I already knew there was going to be an issue because with me, in the sense that they don't really talk and don't really communicate, and you trying to work along with them to do things, and they act like they ain't got nothing to say, like they gone, they're not even there. Like, what are they doing? They got the kids in the lap and all this kind of stuff, and ain't nothing wrong with that because you are home. So I was like, I don't really want to work with other people from the other countries because they don't really seem like they don't want to work with you. I just don't feel they want to work with you. So, and most of the people in the class are from other countries. I don't know, but they seem cliquish. Really not cliquish in the sense like how people in the United States are cliquish, but um they want to really work with their own people. They don't really want to work with other people. You know, it ain't like they don't understand. It's not about not understanding the material because none of us or at least the majority of people don't understand. That's the first time we're ever doing any type of coding or anything else. But working as a team is a whole different thing. And I always feel that when I was working, we was breaking out into these small little teams. I always seem like I have to take charge of everything. I want to sit back and not. I want to sit back and let other people collaborate and stuff. But we'll sit there, waste a whole. We got 20 minutes to do something. We waste the whole 15 minutes is waste of time doing nothing. Okay, y'all, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do this? And anybody there, it's like they missing in action. So I said, you know what? They're gonna waste. It's gonna waste my time with that. So I told him from week one, I expressed, I'm very open about myself. I said, I'm not too much working with teams because I don't want to feel like I'm always taking a charge all the time. Because some people, they look at that like you're taking over, or they figured I gotta realize a lot of people in this class, they don't have a lot of old. I wonder if I'm the oldest. Would I say I'm the oldest one in that class? I may not look the oldest, but hmm, oh, there's Rita, this other lady rather. If you break down the demographics of it, besides people from different nationalities, when you break down in terms of age, it's not a big mixture. It's not like, okay, someone's in their 50s or working, transitioning to a brand new career, because everybody's going to transition to a new career. Um, some are, most people in that class, I think some of them already have the experience, but they may not necessarily not know how to do web design and stuff or web development, but some of them work in some form of capacity in IT. It may not be the same thing, but I don't know. It's just this group of people like this, forget about the other 25, 30 people who I've never heard from, never talked to, never see, you hear them in the chat, you see them in the chat and you see them sometimes ask questions, but in terms of me working with in terms of you hearing people say a lot of things, you really don't. You really don't get that type of participation. That's why they started making this wheel, and then he'll spin the wheel, and if your name come up, then that's when you say, okay, so and so, tell me the answer to, or tell me what you do next for this start. My name ain't got chosen in the wheel yet, so I don't know. So other than that, I think the next time I'm going to show y'all my progress of my website that I'm doing. It's not it ain't gonna be my professional one that I'm going to post as part of my portfolio, but it was the ones that I do when we do practice on. So that's going okay. So I'm just gonna, we still have a lot of things to learn before we finish our e-commerce website. But my e-commerce website is going to be a cat and dog boutique. Now I came up with the idea about the boutique for pets. So um, I didn't come up with the name. I said, the other strange girl I was telling you about, her name is Vanilla. Um, I don't know. Vanilla is supposed to be some kind of maybe some kind of term I never heard of. But I was like, why call it vanilla? I don't get it. And his name is Chris. So she said, all right, now y'all come up with a group name. I said, why don't we just call ourselves Fantastic Four? Now that's trademark. I said, no, that was a Fantastic Five. And then she was like, well, let's come up in, let's say group. Jonathan, he already was like, okay, everything is whatever y'all decide to do. The other girl, she quiet. She ain't say nothing. She was like, I said no. I said not group. So nobody else was saying nothing. I was coming up with some group names, and then I said, you know what, just go ahead and go with group because we could spend a whole 30 minutes with our team name. So just forget it. Just say group and get it on. Move it on. Move on to the to the objective that we need to accomplish on the first day on Friday. So we wrote out our sketches, wrote the, did the little drawings of how the website gonna look. But we still have a lot of things to learn. We still have to learn JavaScript and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, but this is only one project, and it's our final project, which is the one to complete the program. So, um, I don't know. I think I was gonna lay back. I'm gonna still do, still give my opinions, do my section of the page. But if they're gonna do, if I could already tell that even when we was doing that, we couldn't even do it together as a group. We just, all right, you get one page and you sketch it, you do one. I said, okay, I'll do the contact page and the product page. So I made my little sketch. Here you go. Then here she comes saying something. Ooh, so and so, that's good. So and so, that's good. She ain't say nothing. I said, what about me? I said, wait a minute, Teresa. I was about to get to you. No, you weren't. Bitch, you were not. I was about to say something. No, you weren't, because because even then you still didn't say nothing. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna sit back, and if they want to take over, not take over. If those two wants to do the coding, I'm gonna let them do it. I'm gonna let them do it. I'm gonna say, here you go. Here's my little code. This is the thing I wrote, and because I'm not that strong at it, I'm still kind of behind, and I've been kind of like learning it on different ways and stuff. So I'm just gonna let them. I'm just gonna let them. Okay, what's the code for this? How you write this? And give my. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna just give it a little, just enough input, just a little bit. Do my part, and then when they get to add on to it, I'll just let them do whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna do my own thing separate, and that's it. I just want to get this over with. I just want to get this project done, and January 22nd, 21st, something like that. Submit all my assignments that I need to submit, all the little, assignments that I need to do. I have to submit some right now. And that's it. And finish Code Academy and just go through it. That's it. That's it. It's a very interesting process, but I think this time around, if they ask me, or they ask people, ask your opinion, I said, y'all got way too many people to be doing, a cohort, 63 people, maybe 25 would be good, but not 63. And maybe mix it up some, but I'm trying to figure out who are they gearing it towards? Because see, let me tell you about generation. Generation, when they first came about or established itself, it was mostly for people they were training that was coming out of high school, and for like real young young people. They didn't start changing that concept until probably let me see, maybe in a couple years they started changing the concept. But that's what the intentions were at first. And I think that when they came out, their mission was to serve people who were like high school or whatever. I don't think it really was meant for working adults who have extensive experience from either whether professional type experience that's trying to upskill their skills. It's a lot of other programs out there that does that, and I think they need to really make that more of a focus. I think they making it too much of a focus of someone coming out with no skills, no background, no kind of work. I'm not talking about never. I'm talking about never working before. And I think that's what I'm picking up. That's what I'm kind of factoring. Even when they were discussing about resume writing, the guy they got, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not saying anything that's so wow. Oh my God, that's so enlightful. It's just basic. You're not saying anything that's so profound. It's just like, well, when you write a resume, you want to do, mm-mm. It's different. I just noticed it's quite different. But I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the program. It's still pretty good, and they are changing it to be part time because I think a lot of people they don't have Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, to spend all day doing that program and still have to work. You still have to work. So they changed it to be part time, but the way that they're gearing it towards is more so for. I think they're really gearing it towards someone who's like real young. They stay at home. They ain't got no responsibilities. Um, even the ones who even the ones that I see that they're working, a lot of them are young. A lot of them in there are young. They're young. There are a couple, there's one guy, Jonathan, the white guy, he live in Stonecrest, he live in Georgia. He works full time overnight and stuff. So I know tomorrow or Monday he tends to be, he already worked during the weekends, and he works at Grady. I think he said he worked at Grady. Yeah, he worked at Grady. So it's kind of like and he's not a young guy either. When I think about it, he's probably about he might be in the 40s. He's not old. He's not like 50 something or nothing. But no, like I said, a lot of people it's 20s, 30s, 40s. But I think a lot of people. I don't think that's many. I don't think there's too many people who's over 50. Sometimes I be wondering if I'm the only one, and I might be the only one if I really think about it. But I don't know. I'm gonna hang in there, y'all. I'm gonna hang in there because I have to realize. I said, you know what? All I gotta do is sit back, say what I gotta say. If they want to change it, let them change it. Let them, I'm not. I ain't gonna stress myself out over nothing. This is an issue, whatever. People gonna do what they're gonna do. I'm gonna give my opinion, but you're not gonna sit up in there. Well, this is Teresa. This is what she wrote. I said no. I said more than that. You know, I said, don't, I told her, I had to tell her, don't you think I don't you think I didn't catch that shade you gave me? Shade? Which shade? She didn't know what that was. So whatever. Whatever. Then, let me see what else to talk about. Oh, all right. So Amazon. This is their peak season. And they had me scheduled on Tuesday that I was supposed to work Tuesday night. And I went there the next day. I saw my unpaid time off was like 10 hours less. I'm like, what the world? And I went there, interrupted the class, left, went up the street, spoke to someone in HR, and it was like, well, we'll give you back the unpaid time off. But next time, ain't no next time. I'm letting y'all know I was not notified in the app or in a text message that I got the schedule to come on Tuesday. Get and they like to place blame, not place blame, but they don't like to take ownership of the issue that what you're trying to say. It ain't about I missed the time and I, overlooked it. It was not notified. So I said, well, if we're in peak season and what is my days to work overtime? So I'm just gonna come on Tuesday. I don't think my time is today. I know it's not today. Can't be today. Um, I'm gonna call tomorrow. Make sure it's not Monday because they like to do that, sneak up on you. So I'm gonna make sure it's not Monday, and um, then if it's not on Monday, then I'm gonna come to work Tuesday. And I'm gonna say, well, someone told me my day was Tuesday. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. But they're supposed to be double pay, double overtime. If you work between now and the 18th, I believe they said. So I'm gonna work Tuesday. Whatever day it is, I'm gonna come. And they say it was extra, it would say it was double time. So I said, shoot, I'm not taking no more VTO. So when I go to work on Thursdays, Fridays, I'm making sure I stay home. I mean, that I stay to work and not leave early just because. And the only reason why they've been giving out, when they gave out VTO, is they overstaffed. So they got way more people than they need. So um, I'm just going to go. I'm not going to take any more days. I'm not going to just get off, take BTO, come to work, be there for an hour and a half, and then they say, we, you got BTO. I said, shoot, I'm gonna stay. I ain't gonna say it's free money, but you're still working to some extent. But I don't know. I just have a feeling that if they overstaff the way they are, and I still see people coming in every Thursday. I come in. I say, well, dang, they got more people coming in. They still got more people coming into work, hiring more people now. I'm not sure if they overstaff when it comes to other departments, but I know the area that I work in, they overstaffed. So um, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand Amazon. It's different. Last time, the previous years, I would say, they will always be constantly hiring people. People be quitting, 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 not coming to work, attendance issues, whatever they need, they always need to hire people. Now, um, I can't say people are not leaving because I know a couple people that was on that um, area where I work at. There's one big guy. I haven't seen him. You won't have to work as hard as a busy. Yeah, that's true. But you still have to meet your 250 per hour. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to get 250 per hour? I know I'm not doing no 250 per hour. I don't know. I can't really say. I don't think I'm doing 250, but I might be doing. I probably do say between six and 10, maybe right before it's time to go to break. I probably do about 850, 900, but I don't think I hit 1,000. I doubt very much that I hit 1,000. It might be more like 900, 950, but um, not too many, not too much. But I don't know because it's strange. Because I'm saying, how are you supposed to do 250 packages? What if you have big boxes? You can't do 250 if you got big boxes. And I've been putting away big boxes. I was like, these big old boxes and stuff. I said, wait a minute, where's the little stuff that I could just, I got these big boxes. I said, it has to be something separate. But they never go over nothing with you anyway. And I'm not going back to the floor where my manager is, the one who I was supposed to go to after that incident that bitch said, coming down here. Is there a problem? And I said I have not went back down there yet. I stayed right where I was at. And I work with the other two that I work. They're not my manager, but I'll stick around with them. So that's what I've been doing. And she ain't been looking for me either. So I guess it ain't that important. But yeah, I've been doing my you know. But my problem is it's not that it's hard and I'm tired. It's just that my feet. I've been still taking this glipitine and the high blood pressure. My blood sugar levels cannot seem to be under control at this point. Glipizide, I'm taking this glipizide which is 10 milligrams. And I may have to, I go to the doctor November 30th. So I go back to her and they, that's when I get to do my blood work and everything. And tomorrow when I'm sitting here doing my class, I'm gonna be calling the podiatrist so I could make my last few appointments for the end of the year. Hold on, y'all, I'll be back. Oh, this water's cold. I had to turn on the heat. I had to turn on the heat a little bit. It's getting a little bit chilly in this dang house. I mean, it's not cold outside, but it's not. Let's pull up the windows or nothing. But I'm gonna turn that heat off because I don't like turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. But I'll let it. I'll keep it up for a minute. It ain't running as much since it's a brand new units. So anywho, so I'm gonna finish these last few more weeks because December 8th or the 11th, one of those days, I'll be notified soon by TurboTax when they mail my equipment and set that up and start training for that. So I have to train for that. And it's not something I could do a couple days here and there. I have to continuously finish the training. That's part of my bonus. So that's going to be a lot of work that I'm going to be doing. But we'll see what happens. They claim that after peak season, if you're not making your numbers, that's when they're gonna let people go. But I always say, you know what? If they're gonna do that, let me know so I can use up all my personal time and my vacation that I accrued, and I could move on and go on somewhere else. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna work at well, I don't know if I'm going to work at Amazon and TurboTax during the tax season. Not like that. I think what I may do is when TurboTax really kicks off, and tomorrow I'm gonna show y'all my not website. It's not finished, but I'm gonna show y'all the sketch work and launch that. I'm gonna show y'all what I've gotten done so far or what I've learned so far. So I mean, I enjoy that part of it, and I think that's what I need to focus on. Focus on one, yeah, you may do a group project. Two, it's not gonna be forever. Three, you just give your input and whatever people decide to do or whatever, let it be them because it's not gonna be part of my portfolio anyway. That's just a group assignment, and hopefully it turns out well. But I just don't like foolishness. I don't like people like, play and stuff like that. He said to take it seriously. And I know he ain't talking to me because I try to do my work. I ain't got time to be making up stupid, let's call it the chow chow cat. She's making so word twisted, That's how dumb it was. That was so frustrating. You reading the statement and then you having all these twists of words. And the cat choo chow and I'm like, come on now, who you presenting that to? You know, and people are trying to make stuff so That's what I was saying. I just don't like infantile minds. You know, I'm like, because I'm thinking, shoot, she did all this talking and all this little strange stuff in the, saying stuff in the chat like, "Hi, I'm back," and I'm thinking she knows something. I was like, "Oh, she really knows what she doing." Like, man, you turn around. Then it's time to go over it. She said, "Well, I don't really know." I'm like, "Oh my god, really?" So I said, "Okay, whatever." But anyway, what else y'all been up to? Sally, Dorian, I know you too. Sharky, hey, drop down to 3 people. It's only, can you believe it's only 8:14? It seems so late, but it's not. I mean, another hour will be kind of 9 o'clock, but dog, this day kind of, this day was kind of long. Oh, hell no. So what else y'all got going on? Y'all ain't saying nothing. Well, y'all know my birthday's coming up, y'all. I'll be 53. Mm-mm. God willing. And that's on Thursday, so that's the day I gotta work. But I always go to that Italian place, restaurant, get my free Italian meal. I have never broken that tradition since I've gone to Provino's. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let me see. Hmm. You know what? I might go to work that day. Well, I'm gonna go to work that day. I think I'm gonna do is go to Provino's on that's if they still do it, of course. But I'm quite sure they still do. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna go there for lunch. I'm gonna go there for lunch, and I'm especially do it right around when I'm gonna be in class. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the Zoom and I'm gonna go into the Zoom and then I'm gonna just carry it to go. I think that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Hey, Lady TH. Hey. All right, there's 6 people in here. Go ahead, get the thumbs up. Who else came in here? I'm gonna wait for a few more minutes, and then I ain't gonna stay long because I always said that before. And then I'm not gonna be on here 3 hours like I used to. Cat, what the hell are you playing with? This cat is so crazy. Hey, it's 7 y'all. What y'all doing? And what y'all doing for Thanksgiving? Because I'm not going anywhere. I'll be staying right here in South Carolina. Not in South Carolina. I'll be staying right here in Georgia. I'm not going to South Carolina. That's what I meant to say. And then as for Christmas, now Christmas I may go somewhere, but I have a strong feeling that Georgia or this region rather is going to have a very interesting wet winter. I think it's going to be very. I think it's going to be really cold. Oh, you work in dialysis? That's what I'm trying not to be on. I'm trying not to get on no dialysis because my diabetes has been too high and I can't um, seem to bring it under control. I don't want to take no insulin, but they told me to take dang medication. But hmm, I don't know. It's just too hard. Lady T, where you from again? Damn, we lost.
You thought I forgot about you, did you? Those Dallas Cowboys sure looked like they were struggling a lot today. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know how they explain it. All I know is this. As I repeatedly told y'all, just be patient. Just wait. Just wait. They'll let you down in due time. Today was just an inkling of what's to come eventually.
Hey, Cover Girls, coming to you fresh faced from home. Remember.
Okay. Oh, it's going okay at Amazon. Now, they said they start paying 100%. It's supposed to start January 1st. So, January 1st, I already went to apply at one school, which is called Merit America, because when I looked up the one in Georgia for technology, they showed just two lists of approved schools. One was Atlanta Technical College, which is um, the one that um, when Generation starts their Atlanta cohort, which is somewhere around November, they're supposed to be affiliation with Atlanta Technical College. But that's the thing I just don't seem to understand. They said that they was affiliated with a technical college of some sort, but then you're not really taking any classes through them. So I don't know. It's so that's one of them. And then the other one is Merit America. And they already said they accepted me and everything, but I don't know what program that they really is focusing on. Yeah, I can see why they only pay for that because if you work in a medical field, they only going to pay for that. But Amazon, if you work at Amazon, they'll pay for nursing as well, technology and construction. So when I looked up the medical, I wasn't interested in medical, but they did say they pay for nursing assistants and what is it, CNA or something like that? Dental assistant. That's what it was. It was dental assistant, nursing assistants. So they don't pay for like the whole degree, like, oh, I'm going to get my bachelor's or master's degree. No, they only going to pay for like um entry level type of thing, but they paying it at 100%. So I'm gonna let that cat stay right there. He's sleeping on the floor. Hmm. I'm gonna let him sit real quiet because every time I wake, every time I walk away, he walking or she walking. Oh shoot! Thought you was asleep. Oop. Ain't no telling what I be doing when I be away. I remember when came back home. That cat be zooming down the stairs like he zipping down the stairs. Wait for me, like he knows I'm about to come home. That cat be running around, running around, running around, running around, running around. Yeah, running around to the point he get himself tired. I say, boy, girl, and I know it'd be on my bed, but I expect that to do that anyways. I be laying down, When I lay down, then she wants to get up and lay down too, right next to me, right under my foot, right at the foot of the bed. Sometimes it be at the foot, sometimes it be at the front, like on my leg, or it be somewhere in the front of me. But he stay that little spot. They stay in that little spot. They refuse. Refuse to go into the other room. I said, "Dang, you're spoiled." I wonder if I buy a cat bed where she's laying it. If I buy a little bed and put it next to me, or put it in the other room or in the hall somewhere, I wonder if that cat can go there to sleep there. But that cat be so funny sometimes. Now she's asleep. There ain't gonna be no noise. Anyways, I'm gonna try to hang in there though. If I could make it, if I could make it past December, most definitely past December. Go to January. I think I could I think I could go past that time. But I really want to do like I said, the program I'm doing now, that's very just for you to get into the entry level, it's not the end. You don't have to be a software developer or do, code and stuff, but it is important that you learn some type of coding, regardless of what industry you're in, you know? But for now, I think the way I'm going to approach this is that I'm going to start making small little projects for myself. So I'm gonna do my website for my business, tax business, and then just make small projects for people. So I don't know if anybody's interested or they needing help looking, getting a website. And I'm not talking about using WordPress. I mean, you could use WordPress, but WordPress, you can have some understanding of HTML because that's the beginning of any websites, and then CSS. You could also do other things. So, and then Python. So even if you're in healthcare, medical, dental. Oh, you ready? Maybe you're ready for a change. Oh, okay. But you know what though? Even in industries that you may be working in, if you look at your company or you work at as a dialysis and you look at the career section, I always do that. I always look at a company, whether I'm doing food deliveries or merchandising, whatever. I always look and see, I said, what kind of other positions they have. And when I look at the career section, technology, even at TurboTax, Intuit, they always going to hire software developers, um, data analytics, um, whatever. Just any technical field they'll hire. Because technical field is not always you got to code, you got to code. No, there's a whole spectrum of positions in technology. You don't even have to know how to code. They may be looking for people who have technical. Um, they may be even having people who technical sales, um, technical writers. They even have positions I've seen, social media consultants. They even have positions like that. Social media consultants. All you do is you managing the company's social media, and they're actually people who get paid good money doing that. I was like, what? Marketing, digital marketing. It's just a skill. It's not a job that you have to that you do. It's not You're not subject to just stay at one thing and do one thing. See, I may be learning how to code and learn all these softwares, HTML, CSS, and Python and everything else, but that don't mean that I have to be the one to do the coding. There's people who are what they are product managers. But you still have to learn a little bit of. You still have to learn the concept of those things. Of something. You don't have to be all. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to be. Oh, let me learn how to code in JavaScript. But if you have an understanding of it, that's the difference. JavaScript and you know programming languages. Even if you was doing a dialysis, you could be the one who could um, be the content social media person or whatever. Because just because you work doing giving people dialysis, you could be the one who could. Um, Let me give you an example, like the robotics. See, at Amazon, it's more than people just walking up and down, just doing laborish type of work. They got people in there walking around with laptop in their hand. All they got computer in their hand, doing God knows what. They the IT person, and you may learn AWS or Google Analytics. You're not coding it. You just have to understand it. So it's about transitioning to a new career, new opportunities. Like for me working at Amazon and me working at Intuit TurboTax, I got two companies that I could apply from within. I could say, well, oh, by the way, I'm interested in learning um, to be your technical writer here at Intuit TurboTax. I already, you have to understand the background of a company. If I already know taxes, if their main business is taxes, finance, but I also learning technology. See, they could they could be like, okay, we could show you around. See, you already in the door. When people don't realize you in the door with a lot of companies that you may already work with. You don't have to. You could change your careers. That don't mean you have to change the company you work with. Every company needs somebody in IT, but if it's not coding, it's not always about writing the code and writing the program and all that. You could. There's a whole ways of doing or going into a position. You know, like I was talking to a certain person today. She would always talk about she wanted to be in technical writing, and I said you don't have to learn how to code. You could just learn the basics of you know Python, Python or AWS and stuff. I mean, I don't know the whole details of the position of technical writing. I mean, I remember a few years ago, I was, she was this lady, this black woman, she was an engineer and she, I can't remember what type of engineer I don't know what type of engineer she was. And she went into being a technical writer, but you could learn one thing and you could just let it transition to something else, you know. So, but it's always the opportunities to grow and just to learn to do something different. Even if I said to myself, you know what, Terry, so I don't want to work with no one. I'll just be an independent um, web design, a web consultant, or help those who they have a tax, work for a tax firm, but then be the technical person behind it. But the fact that I still have knowledge of taxes and federal tax and everything else, all that is data. Everything they do, everything people are doing now, with the cloud and all that stuff, and even how antiquated the IRS is and the system is, they're going to need to modernize how they implement the tax laws. And it's not just the IRS, it's a whole bunch of companies. They need to implement new procedures and processes as it comes to technology. It may, yes, everybody need to do the taxes and stuff the same, but that doesn't mean it's always going to stay the same. Doing taxes may be different how they're going to do it in the future. I don't know. It could be a whole new ways of doing things. The IRS and a lot of companies, they collect data. They have data for everything. They keep all that data records. AI. So eventually they're going to use AI, artificial intelligence, the data, and they're gonna interpret that data. They've been collecting that for years. They don't ask the question with your occupation on your tax return. They ask that for a reason because they collecting all that data. And another thing I want to say, I always keep forgetting to mention this, but it's been a few months now. In the next few months, or they may be doing it now, there's been a whole lot of talks about these bank closures and keeping track of how much money you deposit into your bank account, and the banks are going to report that to the IRS. So if you've been depositing like $10,000, $5,000, 3,000, they're going to report that income to the IRS. Now I don't know what they're going to do with that. That's what I've been hearing. So, because no one hasn't really brought it up too much, and this is one thing I can't stand. Because remember when cable? Because my mother first told me about how you couldn't have those antennas for the cable and you have to start paying for TV. I was like, what are you talking about? You know how they sneaked up on how they change the FCC, how they change how you used to be able to turn on your TV. TV was analog and you used to look at the news, channel 2, 5, 11, all those stations you turn on TV. Now they digitized it, and you had to now either in the beginning, they would give people access to the box and get digital TV and they could watch their little channels, or you have to resort to a cable provider just for local news. And I remember my mother mentioned that, you gotta stop paying. They didn't make it a big deal when they first talked about it. But now, when it comes to this thing about how much money you deposit into your accounts, not payroll, not payroll income. If it's not pay, it's other income. So if you're a person who deposits money into your account, the banks that you bank with, they're gonna require to report that. Not for you to file your taxes or nothing, but I don't know. I gotta go more deeper involved in that, into what that really is. What's that about? So, but it's the same way with technology. It's the same way with industry and technology. Learning IT is not always about coding and things like that. That's one aspect of technology. But it's very interesting, I could tell you. But I just know one thing. I want to move. I want to do something else. I want to do something else, but at the same time, upgrade. You have to upgrade your skills. Because even in dialysis, I'm quite sure how they used to do things in regular hospitals and medical fields where people were using robotics when they go operation and stuff. That'd be something they'll do in dialysis. It'll be something robotic of some sort. Even if you was a technician doing the dialysis, it's always going to be something new. I don't know what it is, but it's something going to be new. You can still stay in healthcare, but you do IT. You put IT in the mix of your field, whether you do nursing or dialysis and whatever. You put that in the mix. You don't have to. It's not about code. It's a whole new ball game. It is a whole new ball game. Let me tell you. It's crazy, short, and scary. Yep. And just think, you probably be they probably, they gonna analyze um the effects of um people being dialysis and kidney disease, and you learn something like that and add data behind it and learn that, shoot, they'll pay for your expertise. What they call it, health informatics. I had a friend, she was working for the CDC. She learned coding and stuff, and when she wasn't a nurse or anything, it was something, the fact that you came from that background and you add in health informatics or data. You have to know how to read. You have to understand data. But if you never worked in the field, how can you interpret? How can you if you don't know the field of being a doctor or a dialysis or technician? How can you interpret information if you don't know what those things mean? See, that's what I'm saying. It's just like me. I could understand taxes and rules and things like that, but in order for me to interpret the data, I have to have an understanding of taxes. You know, if you don't understand the technology, you don't understand the data, you don't understand the basic things behind it. People saying, "Well, I don't know technology," but one thing you do know is you have an expertise in one field that you could just carry over into something else. Another thing I've always noticed too, even in the class that I'm in, sometimes I feel that there's not enough black women. Me take that back. Black African American born women that's in the field. Yeah, you come across some people who I see their LinkedIn profile and they said they was an engineer, this and that, but overall, it's like far and few. You see a lot of foreign women, Indian and Asian women and white women, but black women that's doing technology and stuff, they trying to tell people now. They focus so much on kids and teenagers and say, "Oh, we learn the code." What about people who are already in the field? Who already working? You know, that's why I tell you when I show you my whiteboard, when I join that group, girls develop it, and you see you don't you see a couple of black women here and there. You see a lot of foreign women of other countries and stuff, but hey, Colas, you don't see the representation of other groups. You're starting to see some now, but it's like they almost seem to want to forget those who are older and could contribute to the field. They have no sense of giving them acknowledgement of other things that can be done too. See, that's why I be like, when people form alliances and teams, they don't think they value your expertise too much, you know. I remember I was on a this Instagram post. Somebody was advertising. They made some jeans, right? And it was this black girl, black woman. I would say girl because it wasn't, you know. And I liked the concept of how they were advertising their product, like jeans and stuff. But they were a bit too ratchet, you know, real ratchet. And I said, we don't have to be so ratchet when you advertise your product, especially when you don't have a supply chain of products being sent on time. And I was so tired of people, you know, particularly black folks, you know, being more consumerism and not really contribute to the cause. So I was like, so my comment was, I'm trying to think, what was the it wasn't really like the message they were displaying to promote your product. It was just too ratchet, you know. It was like, hey, we lean, and you know, it was kind of, you know, I was like, no, and so whatever comment that I wrote, now this was months ago, and then the other day I get this response. I say, you know, I'm not even on Instagram like that. I don't even post on Instagram or nothing. You know, Instagram is owned by Facebook, so if you have a Facebook account or Meta, which is now known as Meta, then you automatically have Instagram. And whatever it is that I said, now it couldn't have been too outrageous because you can't say certain things because it violates community standards and stuff. But whatever I wrote of what oh, I know what it was. I remember now. It was the Instagram, the person was putting on some jeans, and first of all, it was those skinny jeans. And this person she was kind of big, you know, big in the hips, big in the gut, big in everywhere else, right? And then the baby was in there, mama, mama, mama. And then she was like, kind of like, push the baby away, push the little child away. She trying to she trying to squeeze her fat ass in some jeans. I was like, you need to be focused on your child because that's not a good look. You're supposed to be representing a company to try on some ratchet ass jeans that look like it was 10 times smaller than you. And she just kind of squeezing these jeans and stuff and just squeezing it. And then the baby was all up there. And, she was so focused on putting on some damn pants that didn't even fit her fat ass. And I was kind of disgusted. I was like, what the hell is this? Showing up on my thread about somebody trying to squeeze in some pants. So I said something, and it was a whole lot of other people said something too. I wasn't the only one. And I'm like, if you're doing an ad or whatever for a company you representing, acting foolish and acting ratchet and carrying on and stuff, it's not a good look, especially you try to promote the company because that's all you see. All you focusing on is somebody talking all crazy to a baby, and you putting your fat ass in some jeans. I'm not looking at, oh, that's jeans. These are cute. They're really, I'm not focusing on that. I'm focused on the fact that you sit up in here talking bad about a child and pushing the baby out the way and all that kind of stuff. And I made a comment, and then this was months ago. And here is some other day. You too old to be, I was that be acting like, what does the fuck that, what is that supposed to mean? Too old to be what? Too old to see with my own two eyeballs that you're stupid and ratchet and you need to get your fat ass out of those get some clothes that fit you. Ooh, I can't stand it. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. And every time when you hear about Kevin Samuels, when he be talking about a high class woman, no, a high class man, and women are this and women are that, and black women need to go to the gym and they need to lose some weight and they need to do this, they need. The more I keep, the more the stereotype that he talks about pops up. And it's not representing all black women act like that. But the more people come on social media and promote such foolishness and foolery, it's like, damn, y'all just making all these people on to YouTube who talks about this right, and they're not right. Y'all just give them more power to keep bringing it up. You know. So how is it? It's too old. You too old to be. Like bitch, sit down. I said I could write the internet and break the internet and fix it back together, and you still wouldn't even understand. So I hate when people, hey Sam Marks, oh my birthday is the 18th, but thank you. I'll be on here the 18th. I would be on here on the 18th. Oh shoot, I got to work that day, the 18th. You know what? I'm gonna take that day off. I'm gonna use my PTO time. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my personal time. I know. I'll decide what I'm gonna do come next week when that comes around. But yeah, it's crazy. Talk about you too old to be. How old is someone supposed to be to know that you could get on social media, internet, and who said there's an age requirement when it comes to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube? You old to be just because I noticed that the minute you um critique or criticize or observe something dumb and foolish, and you let people know you too old to be, man, bitch, sit down. Before I take my belt off and slap it across your face. Really. Some people need a good old fashioned beating the way they be carrying on, acting all ratchet and stupid. Ooh, can't make no sense. People make no sense these days. You know, they don't know how to conduct themselves. Hey, C. Henner, they don't know how to conduct themselves. They just think they can just do anything, say anything, get on social media, acting crazy, and then want to say or they want to tell somebody else, um, you too old, but you too old to be acting like that. Infantile mind. I can't stand infantile minds. A lot of people's minds are not set right. And people be talking about, you're negative, you're negative. No, I'm not. I'm not negative. I'm just being truthful. I think as you get older, as people like to say, you too old to get, as you get older, you kind of tell people how it is. Shoot. When you walking around, how you gonna be going around social media and just acting crazy? And you supposed to sit there and sit back and that. I think that's the problem. I think that's maybe that's my problem. I'm in this certain age groups of people who just think they just don't have no life skills, no social skills. Now I'm not saying I have the perfect social skills, I can tell you that, but it's like I don't know. I guess social media destroyed a lot of people's social skills. Everybody want to text. I told you. No, you didn't. You text me. You didn't tell me anything. You know. Well, I did call you. They say they gonna mix up. Then they gonna say I did call you. No, you didn't. You text me. That's not calling. You know. Everything ain't go. I'm not gonna be typing away. It's people bully on people try to bully people on the internet. Like hell, you think somebody gonna bully me on the internet? You gonna bully me on YouTube and it's right anonymous with a fake face, no face. You didn't even show your own avatar. Lady, do you have a nothing but cake in your area? Really? I'm gonna look it up. Free. I think there's one in Snellville. I think I've seen it. Is it a piece of cake or is it like a? Because they don't give you a free cake. I can't see how they give you a free cake. I'm curious. Let me see. Nothing but cake. Yep, there's right there in Snellville. I know where it is too. I know I've seen that, but I never been inside. How they give is it on your birthday? Or is it on the day on your birthday, or you go anytime in the month of your birthday? Because some places, you gotta go on your birthday. Hmm. I'm gonna try that out. Thank you, C. Henner. Don't worry, I'm gonna have my little birthday celebration come the 18th to be like, yay. I'll put my little Cash App birthday link. Y'all could donate. I could buy me a I don't know. Who knows? Have you tried that cake before? How it tastes? Let me see what kind of. I never thought about. I bet you they probably expensive as crazy too. Dang, who knew? I looked at the website. I said, "Oh, this looks so good." Oh, I probably do vanilla too. I like vanilla or maybe yellow cake. No, lemon. I like either lemon cake or vanilla. I probably could do chocolate cake too, but I think I'm more of those type of flavors, which either like strawberry or something. But I can't eat too much like that. But that looked good. I remember I used to make. Remember I used to make bunt cakes. I got me a bundt cake pan stuff. Who knew? I think you have to sign up. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Twist and Locks, where you at? AKA Yvette. Where she at? Her birthday was Wednesday, y'all. No, Thursday. I was hoping she was gonna come on here, but she didn't come on. I've been on here for an hour and 35 minutes. Some of y'all are missing too. These nuts, where you at? You've been bugging me about coming on. Now you're not even on here. All right. I'm gonna be on here a few more minutes, then I'm leaving. Oh, baking is not bad, but I'm talking about really baking, like baking from scratch. Now that is something I probably never have done. You could practice doing that on a box cake. Get a regular box cake, put 2 eggs and a tablespoon of oil. And just mix that up. Shoot, put that thing in a pan, grease oil pan, and put it in the oven. And then take a toothpick and put it in the center and see if it's done. And then voila. I think that was the first thing that I probably ever learned to do. My mother was to get me, said, "Oh, go ahead and bake a cake." We bake that cake. It was not no scratch. You know he'd be happy for joy if you said that. I don't know where these nuts is. He better not be lurking in his background and they ain't say nothing. And he can't be mad at me because he can't say, "You say you gonna be on here this day, you didn't come," because I did send a message, but who knows? He probably lurking in the background. But we shall see. What is wrong with you, cat? You playing by yourself? This cat is just playing with this thing. Lady, I burnt Jiffy cornbread. Oven was too hot when I. Anyone knows you're supposed to put the oven at 350 degrees. And you're supposed to preheat the oven too. You're not supposed to put a cold pan in an oven that's not been warmed up. Now I did make something from scratch. Hey Romeo, everybody come on here to laugh. I've been on here over an hour. Y'all coming in now. Cause I ain't trying to stay on too long. I wish let me see. I'm trying to think, do I have enough to make something out of 2 sweet potatoes? I could do something with those sweet potatoes rather than letting it go. Yeah, I could try to make me a sweet potato pie. I think I got enough. I could do 2 sweet potatoes. I already got vanilla extract, eggs, sugar, a little bit of flour, butter. But I don't have to use butter because I have Crisco, the old fashioned Crisco. If you don't have butter, you use Crisco. And I bought some the other day because they had no cooking oil. But I said, let me buy this Crisco. But now I know you could bake things with Crisco. You don't need that much. try to do something. But shoot, the prices of baking things are so expensive. Even a few months ago, when I was looking on Aldi's on the shelf and stuff, um, they only had nothing one time on the shelves. But maybe they have some more. I know, and it's not that's going to be expensive. It's not going to hardly be any. I went to Aldi's and Kroger. I didn't see all these. I didn't see a whole bunch of turkeys, and I ain't see a whole bunch of hams either. I ain't see none of that. So I know one of the churches I go to, they was talking about Victory of the World Church. They were talking about 500 turkeys. They're looking for people to volunteer. I guess donate turkeys and stuff. And they needed 500 turkeys and stuff. I'm like, and you know the food banks, if they were giving out food, they not doing that. Remember last year they had showed food banks that was like miles and miles away. You know, like in Texas, they had on the highway, there was miles. They said they had food banks that was there was like lines and lines of people. So what that got to do with what I'm talking about, Romeo? I talking about ain't no more people. Ain't that many people getting remote jobs working from home. But what that got to do with the topic that I'm talking about? Because number one, a lot of people don't even have adequate internet, and they don't have in California for sure. A lot of companies don't work in California remote jobs. So, but I don't know. That sending throw off the topic. Ain't that many people working from home. Well, all those places are the meat packing plants, chicken. But the thing about those places is that people have to grow vegetables and the grain. It was a very dry season, so there was no grain, there was no wheat, there was no products to make feed for the animals. I wish I could work remotely. Well, there's some jobs you could work remotely, Sally. If you look at some other people YouTube channels, there were a lot of places that were looking for people to work remotely. Matter of fact, there's a whole lot of them now work hiring people now. There's an app that's called Steady. Let me put it in the chat. You can find different work. It's an app, really. It's steady.com. And you could find independent gigs, part-time, full-time, remote work from home. And there was like a whole listing. And matter of fact, if you want to work at TurboTax, they're hiring. So Sally, send me your email. You have not yet sent me your email yet. They're looking for people to work from home. I'm gonna send you in my email, and so send me an email because they asking people, do they know anyone who's looking to hire to work at TurboTax? And a lot of times you're not really. A lot of times you just looking up information. It's not even. It's not hard as you think it is. Trust me. Now they looking for something advanced tax laws and stuff. There's a CPA and things of that nature, but it ain't as hard as you think. So anybody's interested in working with TurboTax, send me your information, your name, phone number, address. And I'm look up because they were looking for people. And this is the time of year, right around here now. I'm supposed to start refresher training because it's December 8th. But if you come on, you start somewhere around January. See, Sally, see what did I tell you? Did I say that person? You D nuts. I know you was lurking in the background. Yep, there he goes. I don't know though, but they was talking about, it's like a lot of places say they hiring and stuff, but well, I don't know why you didn't get the notification, but you sure you clicked on the bell and clicked on all? See, that's why I say y'all have to initiate the algorithm by doing the thumbs up and write something in the chat because I don't know. I'm not monetized anyway, so I don't get no money from none of this. None. Oh, let me tell y'all. Now, I went to Shane's Rib Shack for dinner because I didn't cook nothing. I ain't take nothing out the freezer. No nothing, right? So I ordered me a half a rib and a half chicken with two sides, right? And I'm sitting there waiting for my order to go. So they says, "Oh, your order's ready." And I'm like, I said, that's a whole lot of food for me just to get a platter. I said, I opened it up. I saw they gave me a full slab of ribs, a big old container of fries, and a little mac and cheese. I said, I don't think this is my order. I don't think my order. So I opened it up. I said, this is a big bag. This will be a little sampler thing. I opened it up. I didn't see no chicken. I didn't see the half a chicken. So I told her, I said, "Excuse me, but I had showed her my receipt." I said, "This is what I ordered." Now I already had opened up the container, and so I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." So they gave me a half a chicken and macaroni and cheese. Man, they gave me meals for days. I only paid for a half a slab. A half a rib is what? 4 pieces of ribs. It ain't like it's a 4 ribs and a half a chicken, which is like a chicken thigh and a chicken leg part, leg quarter. And I was like, so I ain't say nothing. I wait and I went there, left. And I showed somebody, I took a picture of it and showed someone, look how much food they gave me. It was like a big old container of fries. It's supposed to be a medium, small fries, small macaroni and cheese, about 8 ounce or 6 ounce of the ribs in a thing. Man, I went home. I took that food out of those containers, and it was like it was big enough to fill up a big container. I put all the fries in there, all the ribs. So I'm like, what is this? And it wasn't no. It was a good serving of ribs, even if they gave me a half, the one I asked for in the first place. It still would have only it would only been like 4 bones of ribs. That's it. And matter of fact, I will be right back. I'm gonna show y'all. I got it in the refrigerator. I just finished. I not just finished. I ate one of the macaroni. I saw they gave me 2 macaroni and cheese. So I ate one of the macaroni. I had a half of the chicken quarter and a little bit of fries and one Texas toast. And I was like, oh. And I still got. Let me show you what I got. I'm gonna bring right back. All right, this is the pan that I put the food in. It's only, and let me open up the paper. This is what they gave me. Now, look at this. Look how big these ribs were. Boom. Boom. Macaroni. One of the Texas toast. I ate one of them, and all these fries. This is. I even said it twice. I said I had a half a chicken and half ribs with the Texas toast and a little small macaroni and a small fries. That it ain't this whole big container, y'all. I said it twice. Okay, we get it. I said, I'm missing chicken. I didn't get no chicken. The chicken's not in here. I already had opened up the container. So I was like, no, that's not mine. I said, man, he still gave it to me. I was like, what? It's okay. Well, I told him. I ain't like I didn't. And I didn't mention it. I said it. This is ridiculous. And the meal that I initially got is supposed to have 4 ribs, 4 pieces of ribs, and not that big either. Let me tell you, it's only supposed to be like about this big, this big, and a quarter of that chicken. A chicken leg with the thigh attached. That's it. And a small fry and a small macaroni and cheese. Really? So I got food for days because that was a full rack of ribs. Full rack of ribs they gave me. I was like, and a whole big old thing of fries, like the whole container. You know, like the white container, the white little that. It's only supposed to be fit. That's it. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? What bag is that sitting on the counter? I said, I know that's not my bag. I know that ain't my food sitting up there. And then she said, Teresa, you Teresa? Yeah. I said, that thing been sitting there for 20 minutes at least. It's not even, I said, I hope it's hot. It's hot. And I said, let me look and see. Then turn around. I said, wait a minute. This ain't mine. Where's the, there's a whole slap of ribs and a whole big old, I ain't ordered this and I even said it. So I said, I don't have the chicken in here. The chicken. Showed her the receipt and everything. So I said, okay, whatever. It was supposed to be $18.95 for a small. This here is not $18. This is $40. No, not even $40 maybe. Something like that. Maybe, give or take. So let me put this back. I know. What were they thinking? Anything about it? I already had told them. I was like, only thing I had was was a half a chicken and ribs, and I had the platter before, so I knew it wasn't that much food. It wouldn't have been that much, it would have been just a little bit, just a little bit. Look at the cat looking at me. You ain't getting none. Get. It was only supposed to be a small platter, It wouldn't have been enough for me to save for the next day. Yeah, I opened it up and everything. I was right there sitting down. I opened it up and I closed it back and I had the bag in my hand. I'm thinking they were going to take it back. They didn't take it back. They just, okay. I showed her my receipt. I said, okay. And then they just came out with the other other platter of chicken. Now, I only ate half of this chicken, which not even that. I only ate the thigh, a piece of it, a piece of the chicken, and that's it. And maybe 2 little ribs, which would have been half of the ribs anyway. So let me put this back. I'll be back in a second. This cat looking at me. No, you ain't getting none. I already gave you a piece of the I gave you chicken. I gave him a little piece of chicken. I'm back. That's a good restaurant because for health safety, they ate their mistake. You mean I ate their mistake because they never took it back. Matter of fact, they didn't see what was inside of it. I just opened it up and said it was a piece of chicken, a half a chicken in here, and it's not in the plate. And I showed her what I paid for. So, oh well. I knew it was too heavy for it to be. I said, "Hey, this is so heavy. What they got?" So, I think a few months ago, when I ate there, when I had half of this no, I didn't have no rib. I only had half a rib, and it was only like 4 bones. Oh yeah, that's true. Because either somebody else ordered that or they didn't put the that or instead of putting the half a chicken in there, they put that other half of the rib. So it probably no, still couldn't have been right because where did the big old fries come from? Oh well, for $18 and some change, that probably was supposed to have been in the first place. I was like 18, they be wanting, if you want something real inexpensive, you could get one of those pulled sandwiches, pulled chicken or pulled pork sandwich. It comes with one side and a drink. And that's what, $6.99. But anything else? Mm. Now they do have Dickie's barbecue. They opened one up closer to where I live in Stone Mountain. I didn't go there because when I tried to go to their website just to see what they got, they couldn't pull up the menu. I'm like, what the world? I'm trying to look to the menu and they didn't pull up nothing. But now I could have went to one of those places on the food trucks. They have people be selling barbecue and stuff on the side of the road. I've seen that a couple of times. But when I went up there where they weren't there, and I didn't see what their prices were going. But I was curious. One day I'm gonna go there and see. I'm curious to see what they be trying to charge. But that was my treat. Because I said I wasn't going to be buying food since I got groceries at home. So I ain't got to cook nothing for at least a couple of days. I think that should last me till, should that probably last me till Tuesday. Yeah, that'll last me till Tuesday because even if I eat the chicken, I still have the ribs to eat. I probably got that till Wednesday. All I gotta do is wrap it up. All I do is gotta put it in the oven. And I ain't even put no barbecue sauce in it. I still got the barbecue sauce sides. So I'll have something at least till Wednesday. and then I'll cook my sides. Like if I wanted to do a baked sweet potato or kale, I could saute some spinach or kale and eat that with that too. So in a way, that kind of compensates me not really having to go to the grocery store because I don't really need to go to the grocery store. I have enough. I have enough things in my freezer, so I'll cook the turkey wings. What? Get out of there! Look at all that rackety noise. What do you want? Dang, this cat be all over the dang place. Oh Lord. All right, you ain't saying nothing. I've been on here for 2 hours. I said I was not gonna be here for 3. Oh boy. Anywho, my hair is growing back, y'all. Look how big this big old afro looking hair is. It got like an afro. I don't know. Y'all think I should let this grow out real long, or y'all think I should just cut it real short again? Because when it's in the middle stage, when you try to let it grow, it's like it's at that middle stage where you really can't do anything with it. It's like either you have to let it grow out fully or cut it real short. What do y'all think? Keep letting it grow out? Or should I just say, oh, nope, just chop it all off again? Y'all not saying nothing. Hey, y'all ain't saying nothing. Oh well. All right. Well, it's time for me to go to bed. It's going on 10 o'clock. Now it's late. I ain't supposed to be on here for 2 hours. All right. Well, Blue True, Sally, C Henner, D Nuts, Romeo, Lady TH, Sharky, Dorian. Who else I'm missing? Colas. Colas, you ain't been quiet. You didn't say nothing. All right, y'all. I guess I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'm going on StreamYard tomorrow, so anyone wants to come on, y'all can come on tomorrow when I'm on StreamYard. And I can show y'all some of my little assignments that I've been doing. Okay. Well, y'all have a good night. Talk to y'all later.